Hey, buddy. What's everybody? How are you? It's me. I'm here. Oh, man. I thought everything was going to be back to normal today. Am I fucked up? I don't even want to talk about it. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got to do with who's ever transcribing meta over there. They're putting it in the wrong format, and it's not downloading to me properly. And then my wife is yelling at me, and she's very lucky. We live in Colombia because we were back in the United States. I'd be in my car and gone fishing. All right. So here I am. I really don't know what I'm talking about today. You got this thing going where they say they're talking over there. This isn't working right. Where they say okay, that's working all right. And that's right. I don't know why it doesn't sound right, but it doesn't sound right. All right. Anyhow, see, this is live shit. Screw ups happen while I'm doing it. I'm just sitting here getting fat. Hope it, oh, there is. Thank God. Mm. Someday I'll figure out why one of the largest producers of coffee in the world has very expensive coffee. And the good coffee is out of my price. The really good stuff's out of my price range. Would be at my price range in the United States. They export all the good coffee and keep moderate. They keep, there's so much money in international sales of coffee that it doesn't pay for them to sell it locally. Brazil's the same way. Brazil's the number one producer of coffee, I think. I'm not sure. So anyhow, here's the deal. They're supposedly talking about this ceasefire, whatever. And there's movement supposedly within the government to activate the 25th Amendment and impeach Trump and get rid of him, which is basically saying we're going to commit you because you're out of your friggin' mind. I don't know if he's out of his mind or not, but I do know this. Uh, the stock market is making rich people much, much, much richer. And he's part of that. He's people apparently the stock market listens to what he says he's going to do. Don't understand something. He doesn't mean jack shit. He's never going to do what he says he's going to do. Yeah, maybe it'd be worse. It might not, but it's not going to be the exact thing he says he's going to do. He never does that. Everybody says he's delusional and everything like that. I don't know about that. I mean, you've got all these people that are supposed to be watching him in the cabinet, and you've got whack jobs in the cabinet. You've got RFK who needs to be committed for, you know, whatever. And I'm sorry, but that's. I love the Kennedy family, but this guy just they should disown him. They should have him commit. They should get him committed, and stop screwing with Americans' health because all they're doing is killing people. RFK and Hexit and some other people have killed more people this year than the wars have killed them. Had killed this year. So you know, think about that for a while. He's dismantling the Forest Service, the research labs, everything. Those are the people that take care of forest fires. Those are the people that watch over the forests in the national parks. Now the National Park Service has got to do the whole thing, and they're not going to be able to. And you're going to get tree blights and whatnot like that, and you're going to end up with desert. You're not going to end up with food, and and Trump only does things that make money for him and his cronies. And not he's not making as much money as he thinks he is. That's the strange thing because his kids aren't going to give him the money. You think, he's got his brother, his son-in-law, going on a Mideastern trip with him or going over to negotiate. That's a moron. He pulled a couple of good deals over there, supposedly, but what happened is he made money. and his daughter made money. And Trump thinks his daughter's going to take care of him. His daughter's going to dump him faster than. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's got any brains in that outfit over there, really. They're supposed to be intelligent people, and they are at a certain narrow channel. How to screw somebody else. They're very, very, very good at that. They're very good at lying. They're better than the average politician. And this isn't a. They're not negotiating anything over there. They're just doing what they do. I mean, how do you negotiate? They negotiate what they when they when they negotiate. They're not doing it for the country. They're doing it for themselves. They're saying, okay, we'll let you do this, but we got to get a piece of the action. And that's what he did. And it came out right too early before Trump and everybody said no tolls on the Strait of Hormuz. He said that the two of them, Iran and United States, were going to charge tolls. Trump doesn't have any right to charge tolls over there. Do you think these countries that we were supposedly partnership with? I got to tell you something. A lot of these countries, when 9/11 hit, they responded right away, like France did. A lot of countries did right away. They responded. People don't realize that. They sent what they could. They did what they could. You know, because they had to protect themselves too, because they didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew at the time it happened. So now we're sitting around telling these people, "Screw you. We don't need you." We did that in World War prior to World War One, and that's how we ended up in World War One. That's how World War One started, because we took a position that we weren't going to be affiliated with anybody. We weren't going to help anybody. And by the time we get into it, it's they need more help than we really have, and we have to gear everything up to helping them. And and then we lose a lot of lives because they've lost their lives already. Those people over there, they've lost territory. They don't have the facilities to manufacture the weaponry they need to fight back with. We don't we don't think straight sometimes. That was what was World War One? Wilson might have been Wilson. They tried to pacify Hitler, and Hitler went around their back. Just what is going to happen in Iran with Trump. Trump is going to go around their back and sucker punch them. And hopefully they won't set off any nuclear explosions, because nuclear explosion, I don't care where it happens on the planet, affects the whole planet. And they say, well, it's only a small one. They could, it'll be all right. Yeah. Cancer rates go up, everything goes up, price. We have a crisis in this world besides Trump, okay? It's a lack of drink, okay? It's a lack of the ability to feed billions, what is it? I don't know how many, 8 billion people. Can't do it. Look at the United States. We have more food than we can ever use. Well, that's because we're used to throwing shit out. And that's because we're used to overusing land, okay, with products that we don't use, because it's cheaper to like wheat and rice. It's cheaper it's better to export that stuff than it is to try and get people to eat the stuff here, use it here, right? Corn's another one. We tried making alcohol out of it. Nobody wanted to use it. Not corn liquor, fuel for cars. Nobody wanted to use it because it was actually expensive. Not to the processes. I don't remember when they were doing that if the process was too expensive or not. I think it was just the fact that the farmers want to make money out of this shit. And then they created. And what happened was there was there was somewhat of a little bit of because it was all going to this gasohol, whatever they call it, the corn stuff. Corn was. They run into a little corn shortage, so the price of corn went up. Therefore, the price and farmers were converting fields to corn that they needed it for other things. Corn isn't something that you can plant over the following year. Corn is corn. Okay, cornfield is a cornfield. Uh, it's not like bamboo. It's not that it's not gonna come back and be grow back. It's once it's harvested, it's done, and the stalks are just fire or whatever. I don't know what they do with them. Should find out a lot of uses for stuff that we have to have now because we're not going to have stuff in a few years. All right, we can't feed people in other countries, and the reason that people sell food to other countries is because they can make more money doing that. You have a farmer who's got a huge they don't have independent farmers really anymore, but you got a farm company that's making all this money selling this with these whatever the product is that they're growing. All right. And they find out, well, we've got a lot of it. What are we going to do with it? Let's sell it overseas rather than finding and trying to get people to use it more in a different manner or something like that, rather than to develop not gourmet recipes, everyday recipes for people that are flavor to the food and what have you, and use that because we're not going to have things in a few years. Water's already at a critical point, all right? And we have too many people in the planet, not just the United States. Some of these countries, and we send a lot of our stuff to those countries because, oh, it's a tax write off because we send it over with Red Cross. It's a charity, so it's a tax write off. We make more money. That's rich people talk. Okay. This is a situation that has to be looked at by experts, and nobody listens to the experts. They listen to Donald Trump. They listen to Hegseth. They listen to RFK. He's not an expert on anything. Okay. Uh, they don't even have legal experts anymore. They have a bunch of schmucks in the government who just want to make money, and not for the country, for themselves. It's a horrible situation we're involved in right now, and it's not that it's not. Do I feel bad for the people in Iran? Yeah, because they're being used. They're being used because Trump wants what he wants. He wants to control everything. Trump wants to be emperor of the world. He has that little idea in the back of his head. If he does this, he can control the North. If I control North America, I can control the world. Dude, you can't even control your old bowels, Come on. Stop with the bullshit already. Let's stop thinking like that. Let's get into something else, shall we? All right, I got nobody listening to me today as far as I can tell because everything's all screwed up again. This is I get reaching a point where I may just stop. I don't know whether I'm going to keep doing this stuff or not because it's becoming too frustrating for me to do it on time. And that's an issue that I've had all along with especially live stuff because I just don't. It's a job, and I feel bad when I don't get there. Like tomorrow, I have a veterinary appointment. He's coming to the house at 11 o'clock. So don't look for a video at 11 o'clock tomorrow. All right. I'll try and get out the standard video in the morning if everything goes all well, which I doubt it. It's just the way my life is going right now. Very confusing, and it shouldn't be. Everything should be nice and simple, and it's not. It gets more complicated every day, and I'm not liking that too much. But if I do a live video, it'll probably be around 12 o'clock, and I doubt that because I'm going to be eating lunch. So we'll see what happens. I'll either do it very. I might do it earlier. I could do it earlier. I don't mind getting up early to take Lucy out. She has just me and her outside, and that's good for me. When nobody else is around. But in the meantime, try to subscribe to my videos. At least you'll get some sort of notice, that what's going on. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. And if you have a topic you want me to discuss or something, put it up. Go to the commentary and or the chat live and something like that, and say, hey, we want to hear about this, or we want to hear about that. If we don't want to hear about the news or something, that's fine. I could talk about a lot of shit. I'm not a jack of all trades. I know a little bit about everything and a lot about nothing. Okay. So everybody take care. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully.